everybody, and welcome back to the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video. It is the midweek edition. It's Wednesday evening, and we're about halfway through the month of August. Tomorrow is the 15th of the month. We'll kind of do a recap tomorrow of the first half of the month as a whole and what we can look forward to during the second half of August. In this video, we're going to focus some on the past and also on the next few days, including a potentially pretty stormy pattern coming up for Friday and the weekend. In Weather for Weather Geeks this week, we've been talking a little bit about some of our precipitation trends over the last several weeks. One way to look at how we've been doing in terms of rainfall and drought and things like that, one way to do this is to look back at our soil moisture through about the top 3 feet of the ground. And everywhere where you see red, that means we had below average soil moisture in our area. The blue colors represent more soil moisture than average, wetter than average soils, in other words. The spring season got off to a wet start and our soil moisture was very high through about mid-April, but right after tax day, much drier patterns settled in, and really, with just a couple of exceptions, we've had drier than average soil moisture here for much of the summer. But you'll notice we've started to turn the corner as of late. And, you know, it's been rainier over the last few weeks in general, but we're finally starting to see the results in our soil moisture content here in mid-August as we are now starting to go back above the average. We're going to add to that soil moisture certainly by Friday and the weekend, but today another dry day, and by 1 degree it was cooler than the average. 81 this afternoon. Our average is still 82 at this time of the year. Those averages only fall off very slowly here in August, more rapidly late in August, and especially of course into September and October, but we're still just 1 degree off of our plateau of 83. That's our climatological peak here locally. We have that for much of the month of July. Our average high is 83 for much of July, but right now it's 82, and so today's high of 81, just a shade below average, and for the month as a whole, 1.1 degrees above the average. Visible satellite from earlier today shows, you know, a really pronounced lake shadow developing downwind and surrounding Lake Erie. So you have a crystal clear sky over Lake Erie, but that lake breeze boundary leads to some cumulus clouds surrounding the lake, and actually we had a field of cumulus in much of the region today. And also you may have noticed it was fairly hazy today, especially noticeable early in the day and late in the day. That's because we have some fairly thin but noticeable wildfire smoke high aloft. Now this isn't degrading our air quality, it's no hazard or anything like that because it's way up there, but the wildfires in Canada continue to be problematic. And today some of that high altitude smoke did drift overhead and make for kind of a hazy sky. May make for a pretty nice sunset this evening as well. Now air mass changes are ongoing across the Midwest and across the Corn Belt this evening. We are still hanging on to the dry air for now. That's going to change though as this more tropical kind of soupy air mass finally gets the green light to come east as we'll go into tomorrow night, into Friday, and the weekend as well. All right, Ernesto became a hurricane this afternoon. It's a low-end Category 1 hurricane right now, moving to the northwest at 16 miles per hour. This was problematic, of course, in Puerto Rico, around the San Juan area. A lot of power outages still down there. This could be a problem for Bermuda eventually, but it will not be a big issue for the mainland U.S. Now, at the beaches, Virginia Beach, the Outer Banks, Myrtle Beach, down towards Hilton Head, places like that, there's going to be an increase in surf and a rip current threat, but a direct impact is not expected. This will be way, way out to sea. Our weather stays quiet into the day on Thursday. Futurecast shows high pressure slipping off to the east. Now, we will notice tomorrow a steady increase in the high clouds, making for kind of a milky sky at times, particularly during the second half of the day. And these clouds will thicken and lower tomorrow night as a warm front approaches. There could be a sprinkle or a shower tomorrow night. Not a lot of rain, though, I don't think. Better chances for rain, though, certainly as we head into the day on Friday. Now, let me back up this animation to Friday afternoon. Right in through here, it's going to be possible that we see a couple gusty thunderstorms during this time frame, late afternoon, early evening on Friday, but it's no slam dunk at this point. We don't have a lot of low-level wind shear. The shear aloft is decent. The instability will be there. It'll be a warm and humid air mass, but it remains to be seen if we're going to see all the ingredients coming together for a few nasty thunderstorms. Right now, I'd kind of bet against that. But one thing for sure, I would bet in favor of a pretty unsettled weekend. As this low kind of meanders through the Great Lakes, it's going to keep an unstable atmosphere overhead, and particularly in the afternoons, there will be some showers and storms around. With their Day 3 outlook today, the Storm Prediction Center did introduce a slight risk level 1 for severe weather on Friday. encompassing all of Ohio and western PA. I kind of suspect when this becomes day 2 overnight tonight and their outlook for Friday becomes the day 2 outlook, they'll probably carve out a slight risk level 2, maybe somewhere down in here, something like that, maybe over here. But I don't think it'll extend all the way as far north as the Youngstown area and into northwestern Pennsylvania. I just am not impressed with most of the ingredients for severe weather here locally on Friday. Hourly rain chances for the weekend, as I mentioned, they'll be peaking in the afternoon hours both Saturday and Sunday. Both days will be pretty similar. Shower in the morning, maybe. Better chance in the afternoon. Couple of thunderstorms, but probably no severe weather concerns over the weekend. Maybe a couple of small hailstones and a couple of tropical downpours, certainly a possibility in the afternoons, but I don't think we'll see a big wind threat from any weekend thunderstorms. It's going to stay muggy into Monday morning. The dew points will start to fall off on Monday in the afternoon especially, setting the stage for some pretty nice weather next week, Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, if not this week, then next week. A lot of kids and teachers are heading back to school, and the weather will cooperate once we get beyond Monday morning. Most of next week should be okay. We're talking relatively comfortable weather. We've been talking this week about the lack of heat in our medium and extended range outlooks. Again, tomorrow evening, the halfway point of August, we'll take a deeper dive into the second half of August and what we expect, but at this point, just don't see a lot of mid to late summer heat coming our way anytime real soon. That'll do it for me on this Wednesday evening. Weather for Weather Geeks. We'll be back on Thursday. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your night.